Alright, well that certainly happened. Ashen Hawk, are you here? Great. Please, save me from myself. Tell me about spring. Take my mind off things. If spring comes, as a ghost, the seasons have nothing to do with me. How about enjoying the warm, sunny weather of freedom? Under the warm sun, even frozen bread can become edible, don't you think? But winter has its good points. I hope you don't overlook that. Yeah, for instance, your bread doesn't go moldy in the winter. Or it's very difficult to do so anyway. Alright, switching to our female persona. Lucas's favorite! Oh, but I want to see that so badly. And a love triangle? Oh, I want to see that so badly, too. Oh, stained glass. Wow, I really got nothing, do I? Welp. Alright, nothing for our girl to do this time, so I guess we're just going to chapter 2, number 12. Oh, this again. Won't the fighting stop? The beast laughed at the woman's words. We've always killed one another, our parents and their parents, and most likely my children will too. Ceasing this cycle of hatred is even more fearsome to me. The beast forgot the words of the woman. It then grew suspicious, cursed, and continued to kill. Oh. One day the beast met a gray creature. The two beasts ran through the wild together, through the mountains, and soon befriended one another. But the gray beast was of the enemy race. The beast didn't know what to do. At this rate, I will murder my friend, it thought. 1, 2, 3 nights passed. After many nights, the beast finally paid a visit to the woman with a wish. Please kill our bestial hearts. I want to befriend that one, it said. The woman happily accepted its wish, and the dark hearts of the two races were sealed inside a shining jewel. Is that the Kaleidovia? Ooh, hey, we're finally done chapter 2. It only took 15 episodes. Or something crazy like that. How long have I been doing chapter 2 for? Wow. Alright. The wolves and the hawks not only stopped fighting, but they had begun to cooperate with each other. Thanks to that, the preparations for the masquerade were progressing smoothly. I felt it would be the liveliest masquerade in many years. I sat at the counter in the tavern and heard people talking about it. Everyone was looking forward to the masquerade. It was all the more reason for me to feel the pressure. I still hadn't found any clues on the whereabouts of the Kaleidovia. It was making me feel depressed.
Being that I'm the one making the request, it's difficult for me to say this, but things aren't shaping up as expected. Isn't it because you keep getting yourself involved with random stuff? Even if you don't find it, it's got nothing to do with me.
The two voices that knew of the situation come to mind. I wasn't exactly slacking off, but I still needed to find it as soon as possible. I'm a handyman, not a detective. It could have been an impossible task to begin with. Making excuses wouldn't help the situation, though. All I can do in that moment was sit at the tavern counter and heave a sigh as the music faded away ominously. Hey, old man.
You seem to be in trouble.
Huh? Whoa! I didn't notice that someone had sat down next to me.
Oh, excuse me. Did I surprise you?
Not at all. You're... It's the old peddler. It's old man Jenkins. As always, his face looked so much younger than he actually was. And because he sat to my left this time, I could clearly see the clematis-shaped birthmark on the back of his right hand. Yeah, you keep mentioning that. I'm sorry. I didn't notice you at all.
Don't worry about it. It looked like something was bothering you.
couldn't explain it, but when I talked to this old man, he was mysterious, and he wasn't direct about his intentions.
I've heard through the grapevine that you're asking around about the Kaleidovia.
Yes. I'm interested in it. Do you know something about it?
Well, when you get to my age, it's all about the sentimental value.
Please, tell me about it. It can be anything at all.
I don't mind. It's nice to see the younger generation be interested in it. But there is one thing I'd like to ask you first.
What is it?
Do you want to know about the Kaleidovia purely out of interest?
Of course. The old man's eyes suddenly became sharp. I lied in the moment, but... No, he must have seen through my lie already.
Very well. Then whether you want to know more is up to you. This will take a while, but please bear with me. Think of it as killing time with this old man.
Thank goodness. If he refused, I would have lost my only lead. Just talking to him probably wouldn't lead me to it, but right now I needed any clue I could get.
First, do you know what the Kaleidovia is?
It's the symbol of peace of the clans of the Wolf and the Hawk joining together? I was repeating what Lawrence said. At least that's what I thought he said.
If you change the way you look at it, you could say that.
It isn't?
It would be more accurate to call it a symbol of war.
Of war?
The Hawks and Wolves are bound to its sins, with how the Kaleidovia's jewels were removed by both clans. That thing reminds the townspeople of bitter memories. That is why it is stored at the church away from all eyes. If the church holds on to it, neither of the clans will take it, thereby keeping the peace of the town.
That was different from what I heard. It was true that you could take it as a symbol of peace, but this meaning was the complete opposite. Why would there be a need to put that out for show? The old man squinted.
Because now is the time of the choice.
Huh?
I don't exactly know the details.
He felt like a completely different person. Was that just my imagination? Like Haku different kind of person, or... I'm gonna have to listen to the voice acting there and see what happens. I'm curious.
This is just hearsay, but the Kaleidovia is not a mere symbolic decoration. It has another use.
And what is that use?
Beats me. Something may happen. However, it has been used twice in this town in the past. That is what I heard.
What does that mean?
I know I'm saying many things, but it may all be just a fairy tale. I had not expected you to be listening so intently.
Oh. Well, I suppose I was. He suddenly spoke in a joking tone, but did he really intend on it being a joke? It didn't sound that way to me.
Now then, you've been bearing with me during this long talk, so I have to thank you in some way.
Oh no, I should be the one thanking you.
There. No need to be modest. I know. Try going out to the town square tonight.
To the square? Is there something there?
It'll be a surprise. Maybe you might find what you're looking for.
I continued to wait, but the old man didn't seem to want to talk anymore. His story really bothered me, but there was no point in staying there. I thanked the old man and left the tavern. Will we run into Haku? That night, I followed what the old man said and went to the town square as the fog started to thicken. He said I might find what I'm looking for. I didn't completely believe him, but I had no other leads. But right now, I need a clue. I arrived at the town square but found nothing. Naturally, no one would be walking around at this hour. For a while, I stood alone in the square. How much time had passed? An hour? Or longer? Because of the fog, the buildings surrounding the square became hidden. I didn't completely believe him, but... It seemed I was being toyed with by the old guy. I was a little disappointed because of the anticipation leading up to it. I should work hard again tomorrow. I shouldn't be grasping at straws. I should find something more substantial. Right when I started to go back to the tower... Ah, the Grey.
Who killed the Grey? It was I, said the beast.
I heard a song.
With my claws, my arrow feathers, and the bonfire I killed the Grey.
There's the clematis-shaped birthmark. That's some very young-looking hands, though, I must say. A hand pierced through the fog right at me. I was so surprised that I couldn't say anything. The hand brushed across my face and stopped on my shoulder. His fingers were thin, but they were still strong. On the back of the hand was the clematis birthmark. Is it the old man? No, it's not. It wasn't the hand of an old man. It was much younger. It was similar to Ashen Hawk's hand, a cold and transient hand that didn't appear alive.
You won't say anything?
I didn't stay quiet on purpose, but the owner of the hand asked me before I could speak.
If this was some cheap play, the curtain would fall upon your screen.
Who are you? The voice I heard was unfamiliar, but its lilting tone reminded me of Ashen Hawk. I finally realized how to deal with it. I wouldn't let him talk as he pleased.
You don't seem surprised. Oh, but your voice is slightly shaky.
I asked who you are.
Yes. I want to see your face, too. Come closer.
His hand grabbed me and pulled me closer. Okay. Not Haku. Definitely a young-looking guy, though. Are you our final boy, by chance? The wall of fog between us becomes thinner, and an unfamiliar man's face appeared. Who are you?
Is that all you can ask?
He snickered, making me feel a little embarrassed. It was true that it was all I'd said so far, but I hadn't heard his answer yet.
Then let me tell you just my name, so that you won't be confused about what to call me.
It's Hugh! This is Hugh! Okay. So you are pretending to be the old man, or are you the old man's son?
I'm Hugh. Nice to meet you.
Hugh.
You don't have to introduce yourself. I know who you are. And because I know, I'm here to deliver this to you.
Huh? Oh, dang, you're pretty from this angle. He pushed something wrapped in cloth toward me. At the same time, he let go of my shoulder and vanished into the fog. Oh, no, you don't. Hold on a second. What are you wearing, sir? Wait! What is this?
We'll meet again, Jed, in the not-so-distant future.
Hugh's presence vanished. He probably was far away. I got the feeling that I wouldn't be able to find him. He called me by name, and he said he knew me. From when? Where? And what was in this? Wouldn't be the thing. I picked at the edge of the cloth with my fingers, and it unraveled to reveal what was inside. No way! Why did you have it? Old man? I have so many questions. An egg-shaped sculpture. Is this the Kaleidovia? Well? If the fog got any thicker, I wouldn't be able to get back. I needed to focus. With my mind still racing, I ran back to the tower. There were too many thoughts swirling. My head was a mess. Everything was happening so fast. I have to agree, after all the time we spent in, like, the maps and with all the townspeople and stuff, it just, like, escalated from 0 to 100 real fast. Did that old man know this was going to happen? Who was this man named Hugh? And this package that came into my possession all of a sudden? I had held it tightly all the way back. I placed it on the table and unwrapped it once more. This is the Kaleidovia. Wow. It's quite different from the kaleidoscope. It's almost like a Fabergé egg. I'd never seen it before, and yet I knew what it was. I knew for sure the moment I saw it. Interesting. The sculpture was slightly too large to hold in one hand. It had some scratches on it, but the brasswork was intricate and glowing. There were about 4 spots that looked like they used to have some stones embedded in them, but they were empty now. It's pretty. Lauren said that it was worthless, but I didn't believe that. It must have value, at least as a work of art. But even more so. My eyes couldn't look away. It appeared as if a mysterious light was surrounding it. Oh. A faint glow. So slight that even the light from the fireplace overwhelmed it. I stared at it in the hopes of seeing the faint light more clearly. As I continued to do so, I became even more entranced. Soon I couldn't think of anything. My mind went into a haze. It was as if my soul was being sucked into it, taking me into another world. Okay. The myriad of colors drew me into a trance, carrying my mind away. Is Ashen gonna bop you before? I wanted to continue looking at this light. I wanted to be with this light. Forever and ever. Yeah, I think he saved you from wherever you were going. Oh! Suddenly the light was covered in a cloth and I came to my senses. Nice one, Ashen. But I wasn't the one who covered the Kaleidovia. It was the other resident of the tower. Ashen! When did he come into the room? Ashen was standing right next to the Kaleidovia.
That light is a bit too strong for your eyes, especially in this dark tower.
Yeah. He didn't have on his usual joking expression. In his face was a hint of weariness. I had never seen him make that sort of expression before.
Don't you have to give that back? If so, don't look at it with coveting eyes.
I wasn't looking at it like that!
Or perhaps you wanted to pocket it for yourself.
I did not!
I'm sure you wouldn't. But people can be impulsive. You should deliver it to your client as soon as possible.
You don't have to tell me. I was planning on delivering it in the morning.
Good. Do you need a good luck charm for tonight?
I've never asked you for it. If you're done here, please go.
Yes. Good night. Sweet dreams.
I'd take that with you, Ashen. I would guard that like Gandalf guarded that, what's it called? You know that ball thing that the sorcerers use to communicate with Sauron? That. He should be holding on to that thing for dear life from our girl. I watched Ashen Hawk leave while maintaining my anger. Why so angy, girl? But deep down, I felt relieved. It was the usual Ashen Hawk that I knew. Or actually, did he force himself to act that way? I shook my head to rid myself of unnecessary thoughts. I should go to sleep before I start thinking of other weird things. Are you gonna actually be able to fall asleep? Ooh. Wow. So that's what spring looks like, eh? Where are we? It almost looks like the Hawk's residence, but like flipped maybe? Again. It was a dream, but it felt oddly real. I had seen this scenery before. It looked the same, but something felt different. I was dressed like a girl, and there were lots of flowers blooming before me. In the middle of all of it stood a woman. I knew this person, but I didn't know who she was. Whoa. Mom? Me? Who are you? I mean, it looks a lot like Jed, but is it Jed dressed as a girl or Jed's mom?
Hello, little ghost.
The woman looked straight at me. Is she talking to me? No, I'm not a ghost.
I suppose, because ghosts are scary. Someone as cute as you can't be a ghost.
She smiled an innocent smile, like a child.
Can I come closer to you?
I nodded. I wanted to look more closely, too. I wanted to go near her. She came closer. She crouched down in front of me so we could see eye to eye.
If you're not a ghost, then perhaps a fairy?
I shook my head. I was neither a ghost nor a fairy.
No? Then...
Never mind me. What about you?
Me?
She smiled so much, like a mischievous child.
I'm a witch.
The woman's eyes turned red. Neat trick. I see. So this person was a witch. I wasn't surprised. I just felt like it all made sense.
This is a secret between me and my best friends, but I'll let you in on it.
Why? She looks so sad.
Why?
The woman thought.
Oh, I know. Because I thought you looked like someone I know. Yes, you look identical to someone I love. So you're special.
I didn't know who this person loved, but that person must be the happiest person in the world. Because that person had something as wonderful as her love, whoever it was.
Can I ask for your name?
Jed. I responded right away, but the woman made a troubled face.
Is that your real name?
My real name? I didn't know what else to say except that my name was Jed. No, that's not it. That was my name when I was a man. I had another name when I was a woman. My real name. The one that my mother gave me. So you are using your real name? Air.
Air. Air. Air. Yes, that's a wonderful name.
I mumbled it a few times and she praised me.
Air, are you happy right now?
Was I happy? I didn't know. I never thought about whether I was happy or not.
I'm very happy. There's someone I love, and there's a new life inside my tummy.
Is this from when you were I have so many questions. That's why it may be strange to say this, but I want you to be happy too. I want you to pick the path that makes you happy. The path that would make me happy. The path that I would choose.
Arya!
I heard a voice from behind me. Huh? This voice. I knew this voice. Who can this be? I'm sorry. That's it for today. Until then, let us meet again. The woman called Arya stood up and walked to the source of the voice. Her body passed through me. I turned around. Are we gonna see? Are we gonna see? Oh. Is that Ashen Hawk? So that's what you look like. So you have your wig on in this dream. What does any of this mean? I literally am at a loss for, I have like zero, any kind of explanation to try to rationalize what I'm looking at. Arya was smiling from the bottom of her heart. And the person standing next to her was Arya's love? He had red hair, he was tall, and he looked familiar. My vision turned white. I was probably going to wake up from this dream, and then I would forget about this scene filled with happiness. Were you given that? Is that a memory or a dream, and was it caused by the Kaleidovia? After I got up, I felt disoriented for a while. I didn't remember the dream I had, but I felt like it was a pleasant one. Uh-huh. I looked toward the table and saw the Kaleidovia covered in the cloth in the same position as last night. A man I didn't know forced the Kaleidovia on me yesterday all of a sudden. It was so strange that I felt even that was a dream, but it appeared to be reality. I felt like the Kaleidovia was glowing through the cloth. Perhaps it was, but I didn't feel like taking off the cloth to check. The night before, I wanted to stare at it forever, but now I was afraid to even look at it. I should take it to the church immediately. I said it out loud to motivate myself. The light from the window was brighter than usual. Today might be a little warmer. That would be nice. Lawrence, take this from me quick.
Is that what happened?
I handed over the Kaleidovia, still wrapped in cloth. Lawrence smiled in relief. But after explaining to him what happened, his expression completely changed. Lawrence, does the name Hugh ring a bell to you?
No, not at all. But maybe...
Maybe what?
Maybe that man might be the lord of this world.
Okay. Would you care to elaborate? Huh? I was talking about something serious, and you said something completely random. What the hickey hey, Lawrence? The Lord? You mean like God?
Maybe. Maybe not. There are many mysterious things in this world.
Oh, I see. He was joking. I don't know if he was. I think this was one of those Attack on Titan scenarios where, oh gosh, I am drawing a complete blank on his name. That is horrible. Oh. Levi would smack me across, Captain Levi would smack me across the face for not remembering his name. Erwin, I think. You know when Erwin whispered to Aaron? That's what I'm picturing. And then Jed's Aaron like, huh? And Lauren's like, no, nothing. Never mind. You don't get the reference. Anyway, Lawrence's jokes were always so hard to get.
Whatever. As long as you got it back. Anyway, are you sure it's in there?
Elric spoke up uneasily.
Yes. I'm not doubting you, but I need to check.
Lawrence unwrapped it to expose the Kaleidovia. It didn't give off the same glow as last night. Right now, it appeared to be a regular sculpture.
This is the Kaleidovia?
The two of them went silent. I wonder what's the matter. I was enthralled when I saw it last night. Guys?
Oh, sorry. It feels like I've seen it somewhere before. Lawrence, you too. Same here. It's just your imagination. There's no way you could have seen it before. I know that. Perhaps this is by the guidance of the Lord.
Lawrence?
It's nothing. Anyway, thank you for finding it. It was right of me to ask you to find it.
Not at all. It practically fell into my hands.
Good for you. You made it before the masquerade.
The masquerade. The Kaleidovia would be on display at the church that day. Every townsperson will be able to see it then. And recover their memories?
Is something bothering you?
It might be nothing. But I was told the Kaleidovia is a symbol of war. So I'm wondering if it's right to put that on display.
The symbol of war. I suppose that's one way to look at it. But that is exactly why it's not a bad idea to show that the church has it.
Right.
Still not convinced?
I wonder why people would fight over this.
There are things that words and logic can't always explain.
For example?
Well...
Lawrence stopped wrapping the Kaleidovia back up.
Perhaps this sculpture has the mysterious power of making people go insane.
Was that another joke? He was talking about magic and astrology like a certain overlord I knew. But Lawrence maintained a serious expression. A special power that makes people insane. Magic. I remembered that feeling when I looked at the Kaleidovia last night. If Ashen had not come, what would have happened to me? If I continued being charmed by the Kaleidovia?
Jed, were you all right?
Huh?
You had that last night, right? Did you feel weird?
Of course not. That's why I'm here today to deliver it.
Uh-huh. Then maybe it's just some superstition. It's stupid to worry about it.
I didn't think it was just some superstition, but there was no point in worrying about it anymore. The battles revolving around the Kaleidovia were all in the past. Right? It was now back in its rightful place. I could just leave it at that.